Okay, so we're going to be doing this look today. It's mainly focusing on doing a smoky look that you can wear during the summertime. It's, you know, the whole makeup look itself isn't very hard. It isn't very heavy either. I'm very particular about my summertime makeup. I don't like to wear a lot of it. I tend to stay away from cream liner or cream foundations and liquid foundations only because they feel caked on my face. I hate walking out. There's nothing I hate more about my makeup, and this is just any time of the year, than walking out the door and feeling like I have, I don't know, a mechanic's hand on my face. You know, I hate feeling that caked on, oily, grease, whatever feeling anytime I wear makeup. So this video is kind of focusing on that, more on the eyeshadow look, but just a few bit of tips for, you know, lighter foundation and everything else like that. I use, during the summer for foundation, all I use is a mineral foundation. So something like Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, the natural, or a mineral foundation like one by Afterglow, Beauty from the Earth, you know, anywhere where you get your mineral foundations. That's pretty much what I wear for foundation, and that's it. I don't really like to do that whole caked on feeling unless I know that the weather outside isn't going to be very hot or very humid. Then I might go, you know, then I might up the ante for the liquid stuff, but typically try to not to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Bit of a bronzy effect. Have some, you know, tips in there for that. But that's about it. This whole look, the eyeshadow, I used one palette, and it's the Kat Von D palette, the Ludwig, which is the greens with the browns. Here it is. This palette here by Kat Von D. You can find it at Sephora. It's about 40 bucks, but it's not, you know, for 40 bucks you're getting 8 eyeshadows. It's not that bad. But I'm doing this video because the very fine people at Lemondrop.com, which I love that site. If you guys haven't heard of them or anything like that, check it out. If you've you know, read College Candy, the site's very much like that. You know, it's just, they're a different site, and they're very informative. They're very sassy too, so that's kind of why I tend to like them. But check them out. They asked me to do a look, something light and summery but smoky for the nighttime, and this is it. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys find the tips useful that are in it, and let's get on with the tutorial. So I've already started by applying my eyeshadow primer, which I've recently switched to Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So check it out. Very, very good. Very good. And if you're pissed off at Urban Decay like I am for not switching their packaging yet on the primer potion, stick it to them. But anyways, okay. The palette we're going to be working today is only one palette for the eyeshadow. How wonderful is that? It's Kat Von D, and it's the Ludwig palette. So it's the green one, and the only colors we're going to be focusing with are these ones here. So if you have this palette, you are in luck. We're using this, nothing else other than, you know, eyeliner, but eyeshadow, that's it. Wonderful. Okay, to start out with, by the way, if you don't have this palette, you need to get it. It's a very, very good palette. The Kat Von D, their eyeshadows are super duper highly pigmented, and I was actually really quite surprised with how great they were. Moving on. We're going to start with clay, which is this color here. We're starting with that color, and I'm using my Maxine's Mop 3/8 inch. And I'm just going to be applying it pretty much all over my lid except for in this outer third area. So the inner and middle third area is where I'm going to be applying it at. And you're probably not going to be able to pick it up on the camera. It's very, very nude on me. I'm just using it more for the gold shimmer and because I want to use it. Next, grab your MAC 231 or your MAC 219, either or, doesn't matter. And grab some clay again and just apply it to your lower lash line. And just focus on the inner to middle third. Voila. Grab your 3/8 inch mop brush again. And this time use Downtown, which is right next to clay. And this one we're just going to apply it pretty much all over. Except the inner third. MAC 231 or 219, whichever one you used earlier, and apply it to your lower lash line. Same thing as the top, all the way in except for the inner corner. Like so. Now, grab your MAC 275 or just a fluffy shadow brush that has an angle to it like this one. And take Baroque, it's this brown color right here. And then with the top angle part, the longer angle part being out, place that part in towards your inner corner. And then just apply this corner, focusing mainly in your crease, and then blend it upwards towards your brow bone. And with your MAC 231 or 219, take Baroque and do the same thing along your lash line, but this time only go about halfway in. And you can take your MAC 213, this is a special edition, that's why it's pink, but just take your MAC 213 brush. If you don't have this brush, you can use a Maxine's Mop 1/4 inch size, you can use that one, or you can use your MAC 224 brush, because now we're going to be doing the smoky effect. However, we're just going to be focusing the next color mainly in the outer V and in the crease. We're not really going to be doing a lot of sharing the love and spreading the color, I guess you could say. But the next color we're going to be doing is this last one here. It's called Leather. Just pick up a bit of it in your brush, tap off any excess to help with fallout so you don't have a lot of it, and just dab it in your inner corner here, outer corner, your outer corner here, and focus this color mainly in your crease. You don't want to go too far down in here because that will still keep your eyelid, light and still leave, a little bit of a peachy bronzy sort of color. Now I'm taking the very, very tip of my brush, and I'm just going to dab it right into the eyeshadow, just to pick up a bit of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just dab it real lightly. And I'm going to apply this just right along my upper lash line, just on the outside. And this will help with that whole smoky effect. That smoky smudged effect. Now take your 231 brush or your 219 and take Leather again, and we're going to apply it to our lower lash line just in the outer corner here. And that's pretty much it for eyeshadow other than a highlight. Okay, highlight, I'm going to use Tequila. It's this color, this first color here. Now this color is really, really pigmented, so try to pick up very much as little as you can. Like, I very lightly put my brush into the eyeshadow, and then I even tap it off just because it is really that pigmented. And then I just kind of lightly tap it on right to my brow bone, and then I blend it in with where the colors meet, just above my crease. Now the next part will complete this whole smoky effect. So as you can see over here, it's my eyeliner. Take your favorite black eyeliner. It can be anything. It can be a pencil, it can be a cream liner, you know, I don't know about it being a liquid liner, but you know, it could be pencil or cream liner. I'm using Black Track by MAC and my 231 brush. If you prefer to use an angled brush, go for it. Whatever's easier for you. Just pick up a little bit and line your lash line. However, while you're lining it, once you get most of the excess off, go ahead and just smudge it with the same brush. That's why I'm using my 231 rather than an angled liner brush, because I can smudge it as I go. The less tools I use, the better it is for me. If you find you're not smoking as much as you'd like it to be smoked, guess what? There's a black in this palette. So you can even take your black if you wanted to, and apply it right over your liner, and then just smudge it out towards the top of your line. And that'll help you to smoke it out a bit as well. I'm going to do the same thing along your lower lash line. Just take a bit of it and go right along your lash line, and then smoke it out. Yeah, it's summertime, so you get your makeup all done and you walk outside and then you start sweating, and all of a sudden, rather than having a nice pretty smoky look, you have a disgusting smudged runny raccoon look. The fix for that, shellac. Benefit shellac. It's expensive. It's about, I think it was like 40 bucks or something, but it is well worth it and it lasts you a long time. I actually would have more in this bottle, except I spilled it. You just take it and just apply it right over your makeup. And guess what? It dries to look just like how you put it on. It doesn't dry shiny or anything. It dries very matte. And then do the same thing along your lower lash line. In the summertime, I use very minimal makeup as far as foundation is concerned. I don't like having that caked on feeling that you typically get with foundation and liquid foundations and cream foundations. So I typically tend to stay with powder foundations like MAC Mineral Skin Finish, mineral foundations, anything that's light and doesn't make me feel like I walk outside and I have an oil garage on my face. So that's typically what I like to do for summertime. Foundation that I'm using, like I said, is Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and I'm applying it with the kabuki brushes. Now for a bit of bronzer, the color is Afterglow. It's Afterglow Organic Glow Bronzer, and the color is Deep. Now, you don't want to use a lot of this. You don't want to use too much of it. Otherwise, it will look very fake and very orange, and very not cute. So, I'm just using the same kabuki brush, and I just got a very small amount. If you think I'm over-exaggerating, I mean very small. When you apply bronzer, you want to apply it to the places that your face naturally gets some sun. So your forehead, your nose, just the top of your nose, your cheeks, and apply a little bit on your chin. You can even go lightly along your jawline, but don't go too much, you know. I'm going to use Dainty Mineralized Blush by MAC, and I'm using my 187 Duo Fiber brush. I'm just going to apply it just on the outer apple of the cheek and blend it up a bit. Now if you want to find a light neutral color for your lips, I'm going to use Spice Lip Liner. I'm using Brew Lipstick. This is Nice Buzz Plush Glass. That's it. That's all for the look. Very, it's a lighter smoky eye. The camera's kind of picking it up lighter than it is in real life. So it is a bit more darker than how you're seeing it right now, or at least how I'm seeing it in my LCD screen. Very summertime, you know, smoky, quick. I don't want to go out and you know, still look like trash, but I would like to dress up a bit and not have my makeup melt off my face. So that's it. Like I said before, this was for lemondrop.com. If you guys haven't checked out their site or haven't heard of them, check them out. They're actually a really good site. I like going to them. I think they're, you know, fantastic. They're fantastic. That's what they are. But just check them out. And if you did, tell them I said hi. Or, you know, tell them I sent you. Let them know I said hi. Even though I let them know myself. But, you know, whatever. It works. And I will see you guys all later. Bye.